5 tips to help you quit smoking for good. Let's start with the first tip. Make sure that you're really ready to commit to stop smoking. And the reason why I say this is you really shouldn't just get up one morning and say, I'm going to stop smoking. Although it's good and it's noble, and I certainly hope if you do, you follow through on that commitment. But I'm just saying for most people, you really need to get your head in the game, your body, your mind, all of you. You really need to say to yourself, I'm going to have to change, make a life change. Basically, everything about me will become different, but I will be better for it in the long run. And I'm going to make a commitment to this change, and whatever it takes to make this happen, I'm going to rise to the occasion, and I'm going to stay with it because it will take some work on your behalf. You are going to have to commit to this. So that's step one, is just make sure that you're ready in your mind. And if you're not, then try to get there. And there's things you can do to try to get there, but that's for a different video. So you make sure. Number two, choose a plan or a mentor that has successfully quit smoking themselves. Now, I've said this many times, that if somebody is not an artist and yet they want to learn how to paint pictures, their best bet would be to find an artist that has been successful at making or painting pictures themselves and has also shown other people that they can learn to do the same thing. I think that it's just an easier way to get somewhere, to get to the end result sooner, quicker, and more reliable. That's probably the most important step. If you follow what somebody else did, they have already encountered the challenges. They've already encountered what could go wrong. They've already hit the roadblocks. And if they're worth following, then they're going to unravel all those things for you. So they're going to tell you, when you get here, make a left. Don't wait till you end up at the dead end. You have to turn around. That's why having somebody that has had success for themselves in their own life quitting smoking is a good person should be a reliable person to follow and make your journey that much easier. That's what I do, is I try to help other people quit smoking. So this is a self-serving video for that purpose, but no matter what it may be, if you want to learn how to build a model railway, if you want to learn how to shoot soccer goals, there's so many different ways that process will generally serve you a little bit better. So with that said, number three, properly prepare ahead of time. And this is a little bit tough because one of the things I go over in the book that I sell, which is available on Amazon, again, a little self-serving, but there's certain steps that I've created, at least I've never seen anywhere else, that I did when I quit smoking 15 years ago, that I did ahead of time to set myself up to make the entire process much easier. They're very simple, they're very basic, they're very easy to follow. They're just not something that I've seen anybody else ever talk about. But it is exactly what I did, and when I did it, it minimized the difficulty for me, and I believe for me again that it increased my likelihood to succeed, which, knock on wood, I was successful at. And as I said, it's been about 15 years and I haven't looked back. So whatever that may be to you, and I hope it's something you learn from me, properly prepare ahead of time in order to quit smoking. Number four, tell people close to you that you plan on quitting cigarettes and ask for their support. Now, there's an old saying, you are what the people around you are, or words to that effect. You can change the words a little bit, but the bottom line is, if you are going to hang around a bunch of cigarette smokers and you're going to try to quit, it is going to be much more difficult, because the value they have, the logic they have, what they see in their lives as being good is what you don't want to do and what you want to change. It is going to make it much more difficult. So it is best if you tell your loved ones, your co-workers, your relatives, your families, your neighbor, anybody that you may have, or you value their relationship in one way or another. It's best, I think, if you tell them, look, on this day, I plan on quitting smoking. I hope I can count on your support. and their support might include things like if they smoke, they won't smoke right around you. They won't encourage you to smoke cigarettes. On the other side, they'll ask you, hey, how you making out? Have you, how's that quitting smoking thing going? Have you smoked yet, or have you been successful? And when you haven't smoked, they should encourage you. They should say, hey, that's great. I'm proud of you. Or, keep up the good work. In the long run, you're going to feel a lot better for doing this. So telling the people around you that means something, their relationships mean something to you, that you're going to quit. First of all, you'll get their encouragement. Second of all, you kind of will get them to help pick you up and keep you on the right path when you need it most. And that might be the people closest to you, such as family members or best friends, the ones that can actually say, hey, you got to make sure you stop. Put that cigarette down. Don't do it. You've gone this far. So anyway, that's enough said about that. And then finally, number 5, stop smoking and power through to become an ex-smoker. And now this is the last step is purely up to you. What you have to do is you've prepared ahead of time. You picked a mentor to follow. You've chosen the day. You've done the steps ahead of time to quit. You've told the people around you that you want to count on their support. And then once you remember, I've always said, when do you become an ex-smoker? You become an ex-smoker when you put out your last cigarette. It actually begins there. And you just don't light up the next one. The difference becomes, has it been 30 seconds, 5 minutes, a half hour, last night, the day before, last week, a month ago, last year? When was your last cigarette? And that's the only difference. All that time, you're an ex-smoker. You're a non-smoker. And you need to feel that in here. And in here, because that's going to give you that extra energy to succeed. You're going to say to yourself, look, I quit smoking. I'm not going to go back now. And you can power through it. But you have to have the right mindset. You don't want to put yourselves in situations that increase stress or make it more difficult. So that's it, folks. I mean, those are basically the 5 tips to help you quit smoking for good. You want to be successful. You want to follow these tips. That's somebody's tail going by. That's Casper, our cat. So anyway, my suggestion is this: find a mentor, commit to the time. You can stop smoking. I know you can stop smoking. Everybody else knows you can stop smoking. You don't need cigarettes to survive. It's really more of a, what you feel in here. Yes, some chemical addiction, what you feel in here. You can change these things in your life and feel a whole lot better. So anyway, if you want to know what I did, please click one of the links around the video. I ask you to please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you as an ex-smoker.